Do you know the number of neuron connections in our brain as human that make us to make all those complex decisions in our thinking, our thoughts as human, and our reasoning? It is billions and billions of neural connections, within our brain. And according to science and studies, the neuron within a brain is 100 billions and billions of neurons, because each neuron, make, like a formation of thousands and thousands of connections. So if you have like 100 billions, of neurons, and then science and studies said we have 100 to 500 trillions of connections. Those are the synapses, where the brain link one part, messages from one point to the other. So you can see that as human, our brain is very, very special. Our brain is very complex, and we are super machine, and that is why we can all respond, with all our senses, like hearing, movement, feeling, our thinking, decision making, and all those processes. So from all this number is really mind blowing that, in our brain as individual, we have 100 billions, of neurons, and then we have 100 to 500 trillions of connection. This is really, really huge. So because of that, it is important, that we take care of our brain so that we can, it can serve us, very well, because that is where we have all our decisions, decision making process as human. And when this gets interrupted or damaged, it's a huge problem. And that is why we are talking about this today. My name is Dr. Debbie. I'm a mental health wellness coach, and bringing this conversation, to us so that we can take care of our brain. We can take care, because that's the most vital, most important organ, in our body as human being, that oversees, all the affairs of other organs in our body. So it's really vital. What are some of the causes of damage, that we could encounter as human, to the brain? One is as a result of chronic stress. Stress is common to all, but should not become excessive. When stress becomes severe, excessive, prolonged, and then it can actually damage, human brain. Also is due to exposure, to toxins. It could be, like consumption of alcohol, excessive alcohol, and illicit drugs. It has impact, in the structure of the brain, in the circuit of the brain. It could change the circuit of the brain completely, and over time, even the brain structure as well. So alcohol, above the standard acceptable, as per health, is dangerous, to human brain, as well as illicit substances, illicit drugs, recreational drugs could damage, the brain. Also, brain damage itself, probably due to physical injury or some chronic illnesses like stroke, which probably from stress as well, leading to high blood pressure, and if it is not controlled or managed, could end up in stroke. And that is why you see one part of the body, the functions of that part is affected, that people are not able to use, that may be paralyzed, or problem with speech and movement and all that. And then apart from that as well is our nutrition, like refined sugar, like junk food. If people are not feeding well, or poor nutrition, it impacts, like, because most of the components, the building block of most of the brain chemistry, uh, brain chemicals, they are being produced, they are being formed, from the food that we take. So if we are not eating right, we are not eating well, junk food, it can impact, the quality of the structure of our brain. So it is important, that we take all this, very important, and then we make sure that we adjust so that our brain can be healthy, and then overall health for every one of us. Also, it is important about sleep. We cannot talk about this enough, because that is when the brain has the opportunity, to rest and to rejuvenate and replace, all the wear and tear. So quality sleep is very essential for adults, like from 7 to 8 or 9 hours every night. So getting quality sleep, it help. If we are not getting that, like chronic sleep interruptions, poor sleep could impact the brain negatively. So all these are essential, and exercise is important as well. Sedentary lifestyle, it like impacts the brain negatively. So what are the implication of all this that we have talked about, like food, like alcohol, illicit drugs, poor nutrition, and our food? It's they